When are we going golfing? May? All right. How's the ground been? So our golf course or Ontario keeps delaying their open. Now, what if we just completely just wreck this 15-minute fair value gap? Then, yeah, the bias will probably be bullish, but until that happens, I don't trust anything. Hey, this is a spot where we have a 15-minute gap, we have equal lows below, and honestly, like I would go both ways here. Like if we completely wreck this, I mean, bias is likely going to be bullish, but if we can hold this, get a nice reaction, and then eventually maybe violate this 15-minute gap here to the downside, then I want these equal lows. So 667 and then 650. Yeah, Ontario's layout is pretty good. Yeah, we live like 10 minutes from each other, Mr. ATX. We're talking about where I live. Hey, do you still never found the sound? Okay. Yeah, if I'm ever in Austin, I'll let you know. I want to shoot consistent like 80 if possible. I just need to golf a lot. I mean, I can shoot like 90 right now. Sometimes 100 on a bad day. Sometimes I'm just inconsistent. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're bad. Like I'm not bad. I just need to. My swing's definitely gotten way better. I just need to fully fix it. Thanks, man. I'll let you know. I'm not spending money on golf clubs until I get good at golf. Like I have a fine. I have set right now that I can play golf with. That's all that matters. What about it, Rusty? I'll show my swing. I used to show it all the time last year in after hours. I'll show it this year again when I start swinging again. Golf sticks can or golf clubs can vary. I think my set's like probably 500. So what does this candle tell us here? Does it really tell us we want to go for the equal lows? Yeah, honestly, not really. So the fact that we held this, it doesn't mean that equal lows are prevalent right now. So I'm just gonna disregard this SMT just for now, and probably switch my bias to being bullish for the time being, because honestly, if the bias was bearish, I think we would have just completely rejected this, and we did not. So that's the beauty about being able to switch bias, though. So still got open in 1 minute. So there's a close above. I expect us to now go higher, probably to this high. And then probably this high as well. And you can see, like, again, you have to think of the reason why I can switch bias is because I'm always thinking in terms like, what if I was in the opposite position? Like, if I was trying to short and I saw this, would I get out? Probably. I mean, I want to hold that. Now, are these equal lows still going to be relevant for now? Yeah, I would say potentially. I think these could still be relevant. I'm still going to, it's not like I'm going to delete them off my chart because we still are kind of have that bearish SMT. So maybe we hit this high, then go down. You never know. So even though this is telling us we're bullish now, I'm still going to kind of keep these drawn in case we kind of do get that momentum. There is a 1 minute gap here in Q. Now, obviously, if you don't close above this, we're not going to go this high. But let me show you something. Let's see if I'm right here. So typically, if you have the 0.705, which is the optimal trade entry, and 0.79, typically if we break that 0.79, we typically will go to the high anyways. I mean, even the 0.5 just accelerated a lot here. So this is kind of too deep of a retracement to reject here and retrace. So I think we should go to the high because this is already too deep. I think we already were rejected now if the bias is bearish. You typically don't want to see price. You don't want to see a price hit like close and even wick way above this 0.79. That just means we're probably not bearish. We're probably going to go to the next high. You can see the candle even closed above it. Again, it's not a play or anything. I'm just saying. A nice bearish retracement will typically just perfectly tap like this area. It won't really go that much above it, and then it'll just reject. So So tapping back into that 15-minute IFUG, again, I don't take any plays off the 15-minute time frame. Too big of a time frame, we get way too long of a close. So I'll watch it, but again, I'm just using. For anyone who doesn't know, I use 15-minute and above only for bias. I don't use it for entries. Let's see what's ES doing. Yeah, ES really hasn't done much. Now, the nice thing about like not taking a 15-minute entry is it doesn't really matter to me if we hit this buy side or not. Like, I don't really care about this buy side. I think what's going to really matter is these equal lows. So bias wise, if we saw this IFG fail, well, then we conclude we're going to go to these equal lows. That's like, and again, it doesn't matter because I don't take entries out the 15-minute. The time frame that the candle close just takes way too long. So entry model is just not, for my inverse strategy, it's just not that great in the 15-minute. So if we look at the 1-minute chart over here, they're from last night. So there's 3 perfect equal lows here. 1, 2, 3, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equal lows down there, which is pretty significant. Did you see those, L guy? Okay. So pretty bullish reaction off of this. Again, still not really telling anything. Now, if you wanted to get in off like the 1 minute, there's not really any entry here. So the entry or the fair value gap would have to be here, but there's no fair value gap to get in off of here. We did form an order block here. Would probably not be a bad 30-second model here. If the candle didn't already go 10 points, which it didn't. And never mind, now it did. So a pretty bullish reaction. Again, very, very likely to hit this high. I even think we could go higher to 7-1, but again, I don't really care what buy side gets hit here, to be honest. I'm just tape reading this 15-minute inverse until it shows us something. Now, if it gave us a textbook inverse fair value gap here, yes, I would have taken that, but there's obviously none there, so nothing I can really do. Again, the final target for this 15-minute inverse would be this buy side here. You can inverse the implied fair value gap, but I would suggest just sticking with normal fair value gaps now. And there's the high. So there's the final target that I really wanted from my course video yesterday. Now again, I'm still gonna keep these equal lows marked. Just in case we get like a really bearish reaction to this, but again, when the market opened, you could clearly see the 15-minute got wrecked. And in the next time trade, I basically said the equal lows will not matter. And if we did wreck this 15-minute, we'd probably just go to buy side first. Because, again, if the market doesn't tell us that it wants to go to these equal lows, then don't try to force anything. Like, if the market puts a giant bullish candle through a bearish gap when this could be a 2022 model, then that's most definitely bullish. You can't just fade that. So that's just kind of just playing what you see. A lot of what I'm talking about now is kind of like short-term bias thing. It's not like this is a daily bias for the rest of the day. Now, we did just tap into that daily fair value gap, just so you guys know. So, be interesting to see the reaction off of this. No, if we see like no displacement above this high, then like a death candle, that would definitely be bearish. Or just, you can't force anything until you see price telling you what it wants to do. So right now, what I'm going to kind of use for order flow is probably this order block here. I think this is the most obvious. So this could turn into a breaker. Yeah, there's still an SMT. Yeah, it is, Jay. So this could be a potential breaker block right here. We just have to go below it. Also, ES, what looks cleaner for a short here, ES or NQ? Yeah, ES definitely looks the cleanest for if we got a short. And he doesn't really have that. You're short ES? Good luck, man. This is not a short setup, though. Hope you bank. Is there any reason you're shorting into a bullish gap? I'm just curious. Guys, can you please not react? So again, still no bearish reaction here. My next plan is if we violate this daily, like with a lot of momentum, where could another target be? This would be the next target, this high here. Again, all I'm doing is kind of drawing out these big POIs and watching for a reaction at them. So this is the next big POI. And then after that, it would be this gap right here. But again, just kind of waiting for the reaction here. Definitely not taking these equal lows out of the equation, but this still does not look bearish at all. So another OB here. I'm going to actually draw this one. Again, it just kind of keeps me in sync with the order flow. Just shows me that order flow is clearly bullish until anything really breaks. What's up, Jaeger? No, not yet. Sup? Another bullish gap here on ES. And I just kind of draw them as they stair step up just to kind of stay in sync with the order flow. Yeah, pretty much Fiji. Like I'm kind of waiting for any sort of like death candle through any of this. Casper is looking for lower in DXY. How does that affect me? I'm just wondering. You realize I'm profitable, right? I don't listen to anyone else. I don't care what anyone else is looking at, especially DXY. Okay, so then what if we like just completely violate this and we start going down? Will you still be looking for DXY to go up? Hey man, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying. So 15-minute just closed. We'll see if we put in a gap here. So far, you don't really have any clean gaps in the 5-minute you could use for like a violation or any sort of short. I mean, the cleanest one right now would actually be this 15-minute if it closed the way it did. So if it closed like this, obviously there's still 15 minutes left, so it doesn't really, it's probably not going to help, but just keeping an eye on it. OB still holding. Well, it's not the inversion, but it's not. We just haven't gotten any really inversions today. Can't do anything if we don't get any inversions. Dude, Justin Werline dude. Why is his marketing so damn good? I need to do this more. He goes, mentorship releasing this Saturday. Don't forget to sign up to the waitlist to be notified right when we go live. Damn. I don't do any of this. I mean, he's not a bad trader. I don't really know. I can't really speak on it. I think he's fine. So Beast obviously still holding. Is this bearish? I hope everyone agrees and says no, because it's not bearish yet. Can't just say it's bearish just because you want to say it's bearish. It's the key to trading. Yeah, we did a live stream together. It went decently well. Who's a good trader for me? I don't know, dude. I don't trust anyone. I'm not gonna lie. I don't trust anyone on Twitter. Oh, really? So nice. So held the OB nicely. Still not bearish. Obviously, it's the fact. It's a fact that this is bullish. No entries or anything yet. Yes, they just tap into this fair value gap here. You can see nice hindsight play would have been this. So we closed under that and we hit that internal low right away. And yeah, so this would have been about a 1.5R play. No, I doubt anyone took this, but nice scalp. Now, what would tell us that we're going to go down more? Well, if this got violated, but obviously it has not, so. Yeah, Moss, London was better today. Yeah, Desi does the same exact thing as me, so. Anyone who trades exactly like me is probably good, I'm not going to lie. So many people use my strategy. Like, just the thing unique with mine is like I tried to do the thing where if we hit an internal low or internal high first, I don't take it. And that, like, a lot of people have really started copying that. And then obviously the singular free rally got part two. Like, and just emphasizing on like the obviousness of something. All right, probably gonna go for this high in the hourly again. Nothing that you can really short here. And this ES gap held, so nothing really bearish there. Did Tesla stay up at open? Did options go well or no? We'll do more gaming and chill Minecraft days this summer. School got in the way, dude. We'll start back up the Minecraft server eventually when I have free time again. The realm. We already have a realm. Reliable used to be like a professional builder for like these whatever game servers. You get what I'm saying? So like he built some really nice aesthetic stuff. No, it's not modded, it's just vanilla. Again, still bullish, likely to take out this high. Again, I'm just stating the obvious. Obviously, everyone knows this, but just kind of showing you what I see. Held the OB, never really got any violation. This reaction off the OB clearly says bullish, you know. Again, I'm just kind of stating the obvious, but it's good for everyone to know this. Yeah, trade what you see, not what you think. First off, I really can't take a trade here. It's too long. It's too high to long, and there's no shorts set up. Well, you've missed nothing. Am I mostly looking for shorts? Probably, yeah, because we're just too high for me to long here. So back to the OB. And still just tape reading. This doesn't look like this looks like a good short on ES, to be honest. You know, I'm not gonna trade or anything, but just tape read that 1 minute. I need NQ to tell me we're bearish. This is not bearish yet. This is definitely a lot more deathy, like bearish than NQ is really showing me right now, and that's just because this was violated in one singular candle. I need something violated on NQ, but really nothing. Like none of the order blocks, no fair value gaps, nothing has been violated. What do you mean by that, Tella? Did I need short ES? I can't bring myself to do it. I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I hate playing ES. I think I played it once in the last 2 months. So a pretty good sign here. You can kind of start seeing this OB get broken. There's just the thing that sucks about this signature and price specifically is what? What sucks about the signature and price? Yeah, there's like no gaps here. So it does not help at all. Like I think if this 30-second on ES was broken, I think this would be our ticket to the equal lows maybe. So that OB was broken. You can kind of see us start to switch order flow here a little bit, just mainly because that OB was broken. Okay, this is exactly what I kind of want here. I want to see it close below this, and then NQ, we want to see like these two gaps close below for more downside, which would definitely bring us to like here, and then which should bring us to those equal lows down here. So 17,666. So there's a close below that, and yes, dude, I kind of wish I took this because this is a setup, but I don't know. I just can't bring myself to trade ES. I did say it was a good short, so at least I said it in live time. I can't short ES. ES at equal highs did not matter at all. I still thought it was a really good short. So there's that target. Again, I still want us to dump here. Dude, I almost wish I almost, like, I had my hand on the button and I was like, I just can't do it. I almost said I was shorting ES, but I just didn't. So there's no way I'm trading ES. I wish if we got that same signature and price. The funny thing is this: if we got the same signature and price in NQ, like I would have 100% taken that, but we didn't really get that. Yeah, that was fine chords. How many people were like? How many people did take the ES one when I said it was good short? So I'm just curious. Do you guys like typically trade ES or? Okay. Yeah, I mean I typically don't trade ES, so yeah, I mean the risk reward definitely wasn't terrible, especially knowing these equal lows are down here. Again, we know what clean signature and price it looks like, and there's really no A plus inversion model to even get in here. So not really anything you can do unless you took ES. Like this was a textbook setup right here, this candle. But again, I don't really trade ES, so and the only way we could possibly get in here is if we got like a bullish gap and violated it. Fiji, it's not bad, but I make it look easy because I know where liquidity is. Like this OB breaking on the like this OB breaking on the 2 minute and then us going down more is not a result due to the OB breaking. It's just a result of we've equal lows below and OB broke. It's because I know where potential liquidity may rest. So it's not as easy as it looks. Like any OB breaking like this is not just going to accelerate 30 points after. That was kind of a big dump. One, the close is really below it, and two is just not really that obvious. What would you rather take? Would you rather take this, or would you rather take something like this? Which one looks cleaner? Yeah, the ES just looked really, really clean. That's why I said this is a good short, right? It's not like this is hindsight. I said this is a good short in ES. Is anyone taking this? But it just didn't offer that opportunity as clean on NQ, which I would have taken. So definitely just the signature and price thing. And you have to trade long enough to understand that this is going to be the good signature and price. Like a quick run up to buy side here, a manipulation leg, no displacement, and then instant death candle through that. It's just a signature and price. It's just really good. Dine, watch my YouTube. The My Strategy playlist. No, this is not a good 30-second short. Hell no. I really don't regret checking trades. I kind of regret not taking that ES. Probably should have tried that. I know we have equal highs, but we have SMT, so those equal highs don't really matter to me. Oh, so even if I did take ES, half of you guys aren't going to take ES anyways, because we're used to trading in Q. I don't think half of you would have brought yourself to push the button if I just took ES and not on Q. I'm kind of looking for us to reject here. Typically, I wouldn't really look for a rejection from a gap like this because we just hit sell side, but I would definitely love a rejection here back to the equal lows. Now, if we violate this, probably a good long setup just because I want to reject from it. So it's kind of doing opposite what you think. But, I mean, we have equal lows here. There's no reason. There's not really any reason not to reject this. Even there's like this 2 minute in general. Yeah, there's 9 equal lows sitting at 650. So pretty significant if you ask me. So nice rejection there. Exactly what I kind of wanted to see. Yes, engineering a bit of low resistance liquidity. Not the best, but definitely a lot of lows coming down here. Now you got equal highs here as well. Patience is key. Wow, the 3 minute. Because we came really close to the hourly high, but didn't hit it. Right here. See how he kind of came within a few ticks. So I'm sure if the 3-minute broke back above this, I'm sure we just probably run right to that 9.7 level. D9, I told you. Watch ICT mentorships and then go on my YouTube, go to my playlist, and go to watch my strategy playlist. I hope it gives us something else, because this is really what I wanted, but I didn't queue. So this equal highs. Maybe this will be a soup. It's not something I'd ever soup personally, just because we did soup the sell side with no displacement, but still just kind of watching the reaction. I think you'll be able to tell if this turns bullish. Like, we'll see, get a gigantic handle through this 0.5. So here's discount or premium. You can see we just had the 0.5. So if we get like a high momentum accelerant candle through the 0.5, probably go back to buy side. But if we get like a nice bearish reaction, probably go to the low. So it's just kind of just playing what you see. And there's a nice 1 minute singular gap here. So based off this reaction, let's see how this candle closes. So based off this reaction, probably likely to go back to buy side now. Again, no entry or anything. So not much you can do, but just tape reading. And I want to see how this candle closes. We could still wick down here. If the candle, if the 2 minute closes like this or some sort of ballpark of this, we're definitely gonna go back up. I just don't want to say anything till this closes. Usually, when you get a big acceleration candle through 0.5, it means we're gonna go back to buy side instead of just like wicking off of it. So there's the candle close. Probably means we're gonna go back to buy side. This is because the reaction to this 0.5. I just watched a 30-second and 15-second for sometimes like more precise entries. So yeah, there's not been a single good setup today besides the one in ES, but I don't trade ES. So really nothing we can do. Yeah, it is a no news day, you're right. Yeah, I don't really like this long because this for value gap. It's just not, and then once this breaks, it's not good RR. It's not singular. It looked like this. I mean, this has a 90% win rate, but not really something I want to take it. Nope, I've not taken a single trade yet. Well, there's really nothing to take. Again, the only trade I would have taken was the ES trade, but I don't trade ES. If we got like a 1 minute death candle that looked like this, then yeah, that'd be a really good short. Because we violate all this and we equal those below. This 30-second doesn't look bad. Okay. All right, let's see if we can violate these 1 minute gaps. Again, this is all just tape reading right now. There's really no A+ setup or anything to get in anything. This is where I get bored. Yeah, that could work out. Yeah, for sure. 30-second long here. If we got that long, I think that would be pretty textbook. Again, I really like, for me personally, like, I really would much rather short, but because with the short, at least I have a really solid target that's way beneath us. I mean, just the RR would be there. It's not really there for the upside here, in my opinion. Yeah, we're literally just bouncing between two gaps. Like, I mean, it's just so 50-50 here. Again, this is just not good signature price. And what do you do when you don't get good signature price? You just sit out. I mean, the 2 and the 1, if we close below both the 2 and the 1, I definitely think that would work out. It's just, it's not a signature and price I like. I wish it was more. Again, what looks better, this or this? I'll ask you the same question. Yeah, yes, like this setup is just a signature and price is just so good. Which is why I said it was a good short. But we really haven't gotten that anywhere. Like, it's not really setting up anywhere else. So if this breaks, I mean, this would be, I would rate this probably an A- setup. Stop loss is kind of big. And the only reason I would rate it A- is because, so there's a short right there. It's just because the stop loss size, and we kind of already going for low that I took out another low. But I'm still rating it A setup because, or I'm still putting the A in it because there's equal lows here, and I definitely think these could hit. I just wish this would, for me to really execute this on the screen, it'd have to look like this, and it'd have to be an NQ. But this definitely looks good to go down here. And stop the break even would be here, obviously. So there's a stop to break even. Maybe you scale there, maybe you don't. I mean, it is one R and it is more than 10 points, so it is 20 points, so you could scale there if you want. I'm hoping at least this low hits. It's tough because this is a low that took out another low. It also is equal lows. I didn't even see that. Even if we do go up here, it already hit the break-even target, so it's not like it's going to be a losing trade. I almost gated a B rating, but then I kind of changed it to the A just because the momentum here was kind of pretty good. I was going to rate it a B setup, but then I kind of said A minus because the momentum was pretty good. The signature and price just wasn't great. ES, I'm watching ES as well. So ES just hit this low. So again, it's why you would likely scale here, just because ES has already kind of taken out some of its lows as well. So can I at least want these equal lows to hit? They're not perfect to the cent. They're actually one tick off, but it's still LRLR because you can see that there's this low, and then this low is a tick above, and then this low is another tick above. I mean, the market will not usually lead this that often, especially if they're coming off of an inverse. There's a 15-second gap here. Now, this is the only gap that I see. There's none on the 30. There's none on the 1 minute. So we'd have to break this gap for more downside. And you can see bodies are still just holding it. And again, like, yes, we will probably go for these equal lows, but like, you're probably wondering, like, when? Well, when we violate this gap, or if we violate this gap. I can't say, oh, we're going to go for these equal lows now because we really haven't violated that gap. But once we do, that would be like the when part. Okay, this is a good candle. This is the death candle. Okay, boom. So there's the violation of this gap. Pretty strong candle there. So hopefully we run this in the next couple minutes. We also did leave more equal lows in the 15-second, which is a good sign. Well, those are taken out now, so it doesn't really matter now, but yeah, still pretty weak. We got instant reaction out of this bearish gap. It's strong. It could help someone's conviction in NQ because it's like, oh, if ES is rejecting a gap after hitting sell side, that's a pretty good sign. Come on, give me 711, please. I obviously don't trade the 15-second, but let's say this was a 1 minute setup. Well, this would have been a break-even trade because we clearly hit the internal low after getting it. Again, I don't trade the 15-second though, so. And still just engineering liquidity. Okay, this is all engineering liquidity. Now to the upside, you kind of got this high resistance liquidity, and to the downside, you got this low resistance liquidity. So to the upside, we got a high that took out another high, but to the downside, we don't really have another low that took out another major low. So it's more of a chance that we actually go down here. And in the 30-second, you can start to see it like tighten up a little bit, which is a good sign. So we just need the volume to push through all these stop losses. Macro time, we're not in a macro or anything, so that doesn't really help. Macro starts at 10:50, so still about 30 minutes left till the macro. Again, we're just in like a really weird time right now where you really can't. We're not in anywhere like you can predict something based off of time at the moment. Like we're not in a macro. Another important time, like as Mark talks about, is like 42. Is we're not at like a 42 or anything. We're just not at a good time to really do anything. So. So macro is just a time where the market likes to accelerate if we consolidate. So like 10:50 to 11:10 will be macro. And like 9:50 to 10:10. So if the market consolidates and we run into one of those times, the market will typically take off and run liquidity. Getting very, very choppy here. This is that no news price action. Well, no red folder news. And still no really valid play in my opinion. The only play would have been the 2 minute, which you would have probably scaled that and then stopped the break even. But other than that, there really hasn't been anything. I still really want us to reject this and go down to these, at least these lows, if not lower. But it's not really giving us anything. The 15-second did close below, but it would have been a break even because we made a new internal low and then hit it again. And like for the timing of when we're going to run something, if we're going to run it on this candle will not do this for the timing. That's why it would be a break even trade, because if you see us make a new internal low and then go back below that internal low, like timing wise, we should 100% run it on that candle. So like if this was the 1 minute time frame, this would have been a break even play. Destroying this little broadening formation. Just kind of watching the reaction off of each of these highs. You can see every single high is a soup, and that's just mainly because, again, liquidity below kind of got that broadening formation forming. Even on the 30-second, there's no gap I can really call out here to be like, oh, if this is violated, we're going to go lower. Like, there's nothing here. I mean, the only thing we technically got is this order block, but it's just so far below. Again, not really much to say here. I mean, it's just choppy. This is what you're going to get on these no news days. Okay, I'd like to see us accelerate to this OB. Like I don't want the market to act like this OB is here. That would be a good sign we go lower as well. But if we obviously react off this OB, well then that doesn't really help us. So pretty bullish reaction off the OB, still not being violated. Again, it's just a down close candle before this up move. 50% would be, or mean threshold of the OB would be right here. So you can kind of see the wick held that. Again, for more downside, we need to see like something like this violated. We're definitely just forming a lot of engineering liquidity here, so I think it's going to dump at some point. Again, it's the same idea. To the upside, we're forming high resistance liquidity. To the downside, we're forming low resistance liquidity. So where's price more likely to go? To the downside here. Now, why is it taking so long? Well, there's no news. We don't really have the volume to push us through. And that's just what happens on no news days. So wick held the 50%, the mean threshold again. Still not really that bearish. Can't just say we're bearish yet until this really gets violated. Okay, will we finally run these lows? Yeah, PM will probably be good if I had to guess. Again, still not really any body close below this mean threshold. It's reacting every single time off it. If we get that body close underneath it, that would be what we want to see for these lows to hit. Dude, how are there still 470 people on stream at 10:30 watching this? There's no way. I don't even know what to say here. Like, there's nothing to teach. All right, let's see. Will we finally violate this? Again, you'll be able to tell when we violate it. We really have not yet. Imagine it waits till the macro to do it. Man, we just need the volume or something. What do I even say here? Like, I genuinely don't know what to say. How am I supposed to teach when this is happening? I don't know. I don't know him, Stev. I'll check him out, Stev. How many people are gambling right now? Are you actually more? All right, we're going to run it now. Pretty death candle-y there. There's no way you don't run this now. That was violated. My first TP kind of hit. There was this low, but obviously I want these equal lows. So you can kind of see that mean threshold is finally violated. Barely any displacement below this, so still not a great sign, but you kind of see that LRLR, a lot of it was taken out. And ES went back to the low again. Bro, please just run this. Thank you. Finally. Okay, there we go. So for everyone who was just in short on eval the whole time, please scale there. Again, I don't know why that took so damn long, dude. I mean, what I did, I mean, again, an eval, what you could have kept doing is souping those highs, but that's the only way I would have entered. So I figured these would hit. There's a lot of liquidity resting at them, even on footprints. Really told me we are going to go down there, so. As of now, no. So yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I still think we could definitely run further down, but those equal lows for me were good enough to hit. Now for further, we need to violate this, and then we're gonna likely go to these equal lows. Now, gun to my head, we're already gonna do that, but I want to see like a better violation of this. There's kind of a tiny 1 minute just sitting here. If we didn't really get that violation of this, that doesn't tell us we're gonna go down further. Yeah, I know, Hildago. I had those marked. There's just no A plus setups to them. I mean, this was an A minus setup, but it was not A plus just because there was two fair value gaps here. Yes, 100%. So I would actually mark this 15-minute BPR, not this, because if we violated this BPR on the 15-minute and came back down into this, what do you think is gonna happen? Yeah, we're definitely going to break this and go right to those equal lows if this 15-minute BPR is violated. There's no way we bounce on this a third time. All right, let's see. Again, ES still very, very weak. I mean, we've equal lows below. I would not be looking for A and B to the long side here. I mean, there's just no way. There's 9 equal low. Think about it, there's 9 equal lows sitting at 650. I mean, it's just not high probability. It's high probability for us to go down and hit these equal lows. Look at Asia. There's 9 equal lows on the 1 minute chart sitting at 650. So Desi took a loss today. He tried longing these gaps right here. Obviously, we know not to long those gaps without an inverse. Because his claim was we left these equal highs up here, which I don't know, man. These equal lows to me feel much more significant than these equal highs. That's just my opinion. I always look at the 1 minute Stev. I really think these are gonna hit. There's just no way we're gonna leave 9 equal lows down here. So we're back in the 15-minute again. Again, I'm assuming we're probably gonna violate it. The macro time's in 9 minutes. Bro, low key, KG, that's not a bad idea. This little tiny ass 3-minute gap held, and the 2-minute gap held. Again, I don't think it's gonna matter. I think we're still gonna dump. Dump it. You know you want to. Again, we've already retraced so deep. Like, the probability of us getting along off here is just not as likely if we got along earlier. Now, again, for like 100%, okay, now we're actually going to dump is if this last 2-minute and 3-minute get violated. Like, that's like the, okay, now we're going to dump. You might know that we will dump, but you don't know when until you see something like this violated, because this is the last possible thing we could bounce off of. Well, no close below this yet in the 2-minute. Even this 1-minute held, the body's held on the 1-minute. This is so slow. Could have put it in like a 2-minute order block here. That would definitely help us. I still think this is gonna go down. Yeah, still very, very weak. Come on, keep dumping. Let's go. At least give me 8-7. So hit that level here. No displacement over it. So this actually would not be a valid short anymore because, again, we already hit the internal low. But we're finally starting to see some more violations here. Now, you would not consider these equal lows because this definitely was swept where it's pretty obvious. I would not consider these equal lows. I mean, they're relative equal, but it's not like I'd be like, oh, now we have to hit them. If this closed if this closed under this gap without hitting this internal low, I think this would have been a really good short, but obviously it's not valid just because we hit the internal low. So guess we gotta wait for the macro time. The macro time is just a spot where you will see a lot of liquidity runs when the time hits. So 10:50 to 11:10 is a macro time. It's when you might see a price run. Does that make sense? It's just he doesn't. I don't know why, but it's something you got to know. Like 2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4. This is such bad price action, bro. It might be ON. $20. Again, the macro time might not even do anything, but it's definitely an important time just to watch. All right. So we are now entering the macro officially. Can we officially run? Oh, this is a pretty good gap right here. Oh, it's on the 15-second though. I'm going to keep this 15-second drawn. If we violate this, that would probably run us lower. It's pretty odd. Like, you can kind of hear the light bulb going off in my head as soon as I see it. I'm like, oh, this is a pretty good gap. Like, I instantly switch the time frame. I see that gap, and it's like, oh, this is really nice. So now we did consolidate before the macro time. So theoretically, that means we should make a big move during the macro because we did consolidate before it. I just hope that big moves down. That's what we're kind of hoping for here. So we just hit this 15-cent gap to the left. I know it's really small, but it's still something to tape read. Come on, dump it. Dumpy, dumpy. Please violate this 15-second and dump to the equal lows. Okay, pretty good sign there. Okay, there's that target right there. Again, very, very bullish reaction off that, unfortunately. But at least that hit 8-7. The 8-7 was another TP of mine, but obviously runners to these equal lows would still probably print pretty good. This is definitely like a very, very bullish quick reaction right here. But if you ever see like a reaction like this, like a really fast bullish reaction like this, most of the times it is bullish. But if your narrative and draw on liquidity is right, if we violate the bullish reaction or violate that bullish turtle soup, we'll just dump through this low. Like when we hit this low, we're gonna like just rip. That's because you got a lot of these supers thinking the bias might be bullish. Meanwhile, they're missing these equal lows. And then here's where the real people get stopped out. And you'll see a massive candle go through this. It's just something I've noticed in the past. Also, like this could be like a protected low, which is why if the narrative was lower, then hitting a low like that would be bearish. Especially just because the quick reaction. And in live time, you can kind of see the speed of that candle in live time, which was important. Now, I can't go replay that and show you what the speed of that candle was. You have to see it for yourself. But there was a ton of orders sitting there that kind of formed that candle. Okay, let's see what happens to this. Still no touchy. Okay, let's see what happens to this. This is ideally where, like, if my bias is right, you should really see us dump through this low. See it? See it? See it? Do you guys see what I was talking about? Right there. I told you. Like, I knew it'd at least get a pretty big candle through that. Like, that's not going to be a soup because people thought this was going to be soup. So then when we get that candle, like, that's almost like a 10-point scalp in itself right there. Obviously, we still not hit the equal lows yet. The equal lows are down here, but still just waiting. Mm-mm-mm. 10:56. You still got 10 minutes left to the macro, so we could hit these in the next 10 minutes. We'll see. This 5-minute gap's going to be the last line of defense right here. I'm going to get up, by the way, I'm going to get off like once the macro time ends. Probably 11:10. I'd love to be on stream if the equal lows hit, though. Any advice for trading London? Yeah, same thing as trading New York. Just wait for a textbook inverse. Again, market clearly knows those 5-minute gaps here. It just really shows us a lack of volume because there's a lack of aggressive algorithm selling yet. I don't know why, but obviously these old orders in this fair value gap are still kind of here, and there's not really enough aggression from these algorithms trying to break through them yet, which is surprising because it is a macro time. Yeah, typically KG. No, the equal lows are sitting at 650. So still 22 seconds till this closes. I mean, not looking likely to close below, but I'm still going to keep watching it. No, oh, guy, I'm in a short right now. I mean, once we hit sell side, I'm going to be done for the day. I mean, I've already scaled most, but I have a single runner left that would probably be decent if this hit. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Exactly. Mm. My entry wasn't really anything. I just kind of entered on eval. I kind of just souped the random high. I was in drawdown for a bit, but it's good now. Like I kind of entered. Like I'm playing it based off of this. This is my idea here. The only thing that sucks is like we're not getting these bullish gaps to the upside when we bounce. Meaning there's nothing when we break through stuff. They're not going to get enough volume to just instantly go down. Three more minutes till this 5-minute close. Can't hold forever. Did I just have like like I have like an attachment issue to these ecolos right now. I mean, there's 9 of them. There's no way they don't hit. There's no way. They're going to hit, bro. I swear. Yeah, it's gonna be a very heavy candle. Okay, so this 3-minute just got closed below. Now I just need the 5-minute to be closed below. Okay. So really nice reaction out the 3-minute close there. Now we just need the 5-minute close to deliver us further. 12 equal, well, 12 combined. I think there's 9 in one area and then 3 in the other. Bang. There's one. Okay. There's one. Bang. Now I just see one more. Come on, market. Just a little more, please. $650. Dump it. Don't really want the momentum to stop here. Literally just 10 more points. Ten more points for these Ecolos to hit, and I'm a free man. I literally just have one contract left. I scaled one at these equal lows. I just have one left. So you can see the macro time did run these lows. At least these lows got hit. So macro time coming in clutch. I took like a soup entry based off the inversion. It wasn't really an A+ setup. It was just I was kind of confident these equal lows were gonna hit. It wasn't a model I teach or anything. There literally was no A+ setup today in inversions besides that ES play, which I did not trade ES. So. Sorry. All right, 3 more minutes till the macro ends. These should be ran. We've been waiting all morning for this. Come on, give it to us. Little more. Little more. There's 9 equal lows right here. They're about to get wrecked. Let's see. Literally, market. Come on, just go 5 more points. God damn it. Yo, this candle's about to be massive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This candle's about to be massive. 9 equal lows sitting here. Uh-oh. Getting ready to liquidate some people. Bang! Let's go! Boom, baby. Finally, dude. That took forever. So how many people hopped in a short with me? Like, literally, you could have hopped in anywhere, dude. Let's go. Finally. Like, that's like, I was attached to those equal lows, man. There's no way those weren't hitting. Just no way, dude. No way. Finally. I mean, just look at this. Dude, just look at this real quick. Bro, look at this. I'm telling you, man. There's no way those are gonna hit. Those aren't gonna hit. Again, the only reason why didn't I execute it on the screen? Yeah, it's just not my model. I'm not gonna execute something that's not my model on the screen, but it's still great commentary, great education, great conviction, whatever. And you can hop in, but just know that's not my model. The only model that was good today, that was my model, was this right here, but I do not trade ES. This is the only trade I would have taken on inversion-wise. Now, maybe this right here, this 2-minute, but it would have been a break-even trade. So what I did is I souped a few highs. So like I kind of entered here. I actually got an early entry here. This soup, I said this could be a soup. I souped that. I did go and draw down a little bit, but I kind of held. It was this idea as a whole. I mean, I was just kind of stuck to that plan. So yeah. So Stev, Are you new here? I don't recognize your name. Seems like you're new. Yeah, so go to my, I mean, you could go to the VIP education channel and kind of look at that diagram, and then go to VIP videos and go to my basic strategy. It's the first video on that channel. Like, this isn't my model, but I don't know, man. That's just like common sense. Like, that's a common sense trade, in my opinion. Like, you can just keep writing that down. There's just no way once. That's why I said mark the that's why I say mark the lows and like mark these lows, because once we get that kind of price action going towards them, like, there's no way we just stop. Also, go to my strategy playlist on YouTube stuff. Honestly, dude, this is probably going to bounce now. I mean, this would be a good inversion setup right here if we got it. But I think this is going to be an earlier entry. Bro, Vignesh, time is fractal. Bro, that was... See, that's like what conviction looks like. Like, that's what conviction looks like. You just saw what conviction looks like. Fire trade? Bro, you don't even see my trade. You didn't even see my trade. I didn't share any executions with you. How do you know I traded? Damn, that inversion really worked. Like, that's when I got the light bulb in my head on this inversion. I'm like, oh damn, this looks good. But it's on the 15-second. Also, like, we were... The one thing I mentioned earlier, which a lot of people probably forgot, is we hit a daily fair value gap too. That's like the other reason behind it. Like, because we hit that daily fair value gap, like, I was fine to short because we hit it. Now, if we didn't hit that, I probably would not have shorted, to be honest. But it's like the other day. Remember the other day when we didn't hit this? I did not short at all. Remember that? I was like, there's no way I'm shorting. We never tapped into this. Now it's a different story. Now we kind of hit it. It's like, okay, now maybe I'll take a short. You know, not a signal bot day for sure. Today's more of a conviction experience day. Like, okay, we have 9 equal lows. Maybe I'll super high, or maybe I'll short a fair value gap, whatever. Yeah, you're Sean. I mean, I it's just the equal lows below, I guess. It's not a bad setup, but it's just the equal lows below. I would not have shorted that. All right, can I get off stream? Like that. What I just did is like, I mean, I try to do my best to teach, but what I just did is what I do if I was trading my own. I mean, I'm profitable on my own. Like I don't need to be screaming at Discord. Like I know today's stream might have been a little boring, but it's just, I mean, you don't, if you think today is boring, you do not want to sit down with a real profitable trader trading thousands of dollars every day. Like a professional trader making 10K a day sitting at their desk in a dark room. Like, dude, you don't understand how boring that is. it nah, it's not a good time. I'm telling you, dude. Like it feels like a job. It used to be fun, like for the first year or two, and then like it just, I don't know, it feels like a job now. Like you really have to lock in, you really have to focus, you can't mess around. Like I don't know, just it definitely feels more like a job to me now than a lot more than it did last year. Like when you're actually profitable, it just it takes a lot. You really can't be messing around. That breaker ended up working out too. Remember I called out that breaker? Where was it? Yeah, this 2-minute breaker worked beautifully. Am I invested in any other assets? Like what do you mean by that? What, like stock market, real estate, like oh no. I want to buy properties. I'm just waiting for the housing market to go down a little bit. So I know I didn't ask you guys this question a lot, but when I called this an A- trade, a lot of people probably took it because again, I rated it A-. It wasn't bad. Now, it probably, for most people, I'm guessing you probably took profit, maybe not, and then probably got stopped the rest of break even. I just didn't ask anyone, but I'm assuming that's how it kind of played out for some people. That would have been the only other acceptable trade today. And maybe that 15 second. If you took that 15 second, congrats, because that was not a bad. So I think I'm gonna get off stream now. I was almost worried there we're gonna bounce in this new day opening gap. I was like, please don't bounce. But equal lows like that will not be left. Yes, Steph, for sure. Yeah, my course includes exactly how I trade. It emphasizes like my IFG. I have over 100 slides on IFGs, different examples, how I trade them, etc. So they're videos that go along with the slides, but you don't even have to watch. Like you could just look at the slides too. I trade the seconds chart when I have high conviction in a play. Like you can theoretically enter in any time frame you want as long as you have the conviction. And if you see a second chart set up, then why not take it? But yeah, you can, Stev. So any trader can get an LLC. And then maybe you could buy like Apex accounts through an LLC and write them off. But obviously talk to your CPA about that. Yes, Joe. And like TradingView subscription, yep. Yeah, TradingView subscription, live data fees. PC. Could you? Yeah, I guess you could. Home office deduction, yep. I don't know exactly. Yeah, you could write off my service. You just had to buy my service through an LLC. Jay, that's funny. Why not electricity bill? You can't do that. Well, yeah. That's cool, Fiji. Yeah, internet. All right, I think I'm gonna get off here. Um, um, dude, I'm not gonna lie. We have to play that song again. That was such a good song. All right, can you guys hear this? Dude, it's such a good song. Let me restart it. Well, only 60 people were here yesterday.